Tonight, tragedy on the reef. Steve Irwin killed by a stingray.
The man known as the crocodile hunter, Steve Irwin, has died. He was killed.
He was diving with stingrays when one speared him through the chest. It happened on Bat Reef just after 11 this morning.
Steve Irwin is survived by wife Terry, who's been travelling in Tasmania, and children Bindi and Bob. They'll ensure the legend lives on.
I am a wildlife warrior and I'll fight to the death for wildlife.
We got the phone call out in the middle of that paddock just there on that Monday afternoon, and I was in another vehicle and we had just parted company. I was going this way in a vehicle and Bob was going that way, and I just happened to look back over my shoulder, luckily, to see that Bob had got out of his vehicle and was standing beside his truck, and then just as I looked back, he just dropped to the ground. And I said to Mick, we've got to go back, something's happened. And then we got the news, and it was, yeah, pretty horrific, of course.
I guess it seems so unfair that a father should lose his son. It's not how the system works. It's not what should happen. And I guess, you know, it's probably better for other people to explain that are around me, but I think I was just in a state of shock for quite some time. I was probably on autopilot.
He hit rock bottom again, Bob did, with Stephen's news. And I was very worried for a long time then that he might not make it through this, but he did. I know that he wouldn't have made it without me. Okay.
She was amazingly strong. I mean, Steve loved Judy because he knew what she did for me before, and he knew what Judy was like, and he just loved Judy.
Our shared passion is wildlife. We love having them round, and we hope that when we shift to the new block, it'll be the same. We're hoping that we'll have the roos and the wallabies living with us just like they do here.
Well, I've already made arrangements to take whatever needs extra care we can take with us out to the new property. Squeaky's been released twice now and actually come back to the house. As you can see by Squeaky's attitude here, he won't ever make it as a real koala out in the wild.
You're watching 10 News Queensland. There are claims that a major rift has developed between Bob Irwin Sr. and Terry Irwin.
The claws have been out for weeks with claims of a feud. The zoo says it expects negative publicity.
No, it's not a rift. Bob has decided to go his different way.
It's claimed Bob Irwin was concerned about the growing commercialisation of the park.
The fashion label is just the latest in the Bindi empire.
The zoo has confirmed Bob Sr. has purchased land near Kingaroy to continue his conservation efforts.
There's lots of bad things happening now. There's the media, and there's people talking about this and that. Some of it's true, some of it's not. The problem I had was that the management and I didn't agree on certain aspects of Australia Zoo after Steve's passing. Because most times I went into Australia Zoo, I would have a difference of opinion with somebody, or I may have an idea and it would not be listened to. Fairly minor things on their own, but I felt it was just better for everybody concerned if I left Australia Zoo and Judy and I and all our friends were able to continue Steve's work the way I believe it should be done.
There's a tendency for rumour mills to spin, and I just can assure everyone that I love Bob dearly and that our ongoing support with Bob will be in perpetuity, that as long as Bob is around, whatever he's wanting to achieve will continue.
I don't see why my family life and my personal issues should be aired publicly. and there would be no way that I will discuss those with the media.
I know he's continuing with wildlife rehabilitation on a smaller property, and out of respect to a gentleman who I've known 16 years and who is a man of retirement age, who's gone through so much grief losing his wife and his only son, that I will respectfully just leave it at that, because Bob's a pretty private person.
All right, Judy, well, we might as well get started with this packing. I've come to an agreement with Australia Zoo at the moment because of my 36 years experience with running the zoo and starting it up and all the rest of it. We've agreed on a, I suppose you could call it some sort of a redundancy package or a pension or whatever you want to call it, that will enable Judy and I to have a house and a property and a small income. That's cute, isn't it?
Yes.
There's many things that I will miss, both Australia Zoo and Ironbark Station, obviously, but the thing that I'll miss the most will be the crocodile research.
That was taken in Sydney, wasn't it?
Yeah, this was at the premiere of Steve's movie.
That's right.
And there was a lot of people there getting his autograph, so I asked him for mine.